Hi there, tubers. Welcome back, and thanks for stopping by. Today, I'm going to talk to you about something different, something about headphone, specifically noise canceling headphone. My experience. Okay, so for many years, I've been looking for the perfect microphone. I mean, the perfect noise canceling headphone. But I will tell you right now, there is no such thing as a perfect headphone. I mean, it just doesn't exist because your ears is different from mine and vice versa. You know, what sounds so nice to you doesn't sound nice to me, and so forth. You like a lot of bass, I might not. You know, I like it top end and mid range. You might not like that kind of sound. Anyway, so a long time ago, this was way back in the 90s. I started, I was traveling a lot, and the headphone I had then, I remember I used to have a Kef headphone, and it sounded real good when I'm out and about, but when I get in the airplane, I'm just listening to airplane noise. Then, back then, Sony came out with a noise canceling headphone. I don't remember the model number, but it was their very first noise canceling headphone. And at the time, I was in Japan, and I bought it over in Japan. You know, it was good for its time, but when I'm home, I get a better result in terms of noise canceling. Like if the dog is if the neighbor's dog is barking, or some car pass by, or somebody's mowing the lawn, and I have that headphone on, perfect. It's fine. It drowns it out. But on the airplane, it doesn't do any. Well, it did make a difference, but not comparing to today's headphone. It's night and day. Anyway, so after that, I went and I got me Etymatic. This is an IEM Etymatic. I think this one is ER4 or EP4. I got this back in 2003. So you know how recent that is. Okay. And I'm telling you, at that time, when you plug this thing in, and I used it came with several head earplugs, and the one I chose was the foam head plugs, and because those give you a nice seal, and they give you a nice bass. It's real. And the initial comfort was good, but if I'm on the plane for like 2-3 hours, I have to take it out. It's just in my ears, and it just started hurting, so I had to take it out. So fast forward a little further, this was back in 2003. Bose came out with their Quiet Comfort headphone, noise canceling, and I bought one, and it was good, man. It was good, comfortable, and everything. And then, of course, Sony jumped in the game with their WH XM 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it was. So I got in that too. I bought a XM 1, 2, 3. WH XM 1, 2, 3, 4 as they come out, And those were good headphones, and I really liked them because they were just the best. And even today, I still think Sony's WH XM6 now, I just think it's the best noise canceling there is. I haven't heard one better, in my opinion. Anyway, so I bought the 5 when it came. I bought the 5 maybe when it came out. I had it for a while, and things sound good. Noise canceling is good, but it always touches my ears, and I just couldn't take it. I couldn't wear it for like 2-3 hours on the plane. I have to be taking it off every time. So XM6 came out, and I thought, well, I watched the reviews. I watched all the reviews, and some people were saying, "Oh, the cups is a little bit larger, and give you more comfort, and you won't get too hot on your ears." I said, "Okay, I'll get me one." So I got one, and I'm like, Jesus, same problem. The ear cup's just too small for my ears. It just touches it, and it come to a point where I kind of modified the ear cups a little bit. I put a little a round sponge ring inside of it to let it go a little deeper, and you work out for a little bit, but the problem still exists. So okay, so I even tried the Sennheiser's noise canceller info. The first one, something 5, I don't remember. I don't remember that one. It wasn't I forget the number, but it wasn't. Yeah, it sounds good, but noise canceling, no. So I was still looking for the perfect headphone, noise canceling. So here comes Heavies to the rescue. The Heavies, right? I did a video on the Heavies when I first got them and gave my first impression on it. And the Heavies are great, but they are just what it's called, Heavies. They are heavy, right? And I'll tell you, bass, there's nothing else like it, in my opinion. I mean, this thing just thunders the bass. But my problem, my problem is the mid-range and the upper frequency, like the treble. I'm not getting that from him. The sound stage isn't as wide as I would like it, but they are good headphones. I really like them. But one of my biggest issue with the Heavies is, beside that it's heavy, you see these notch here. Don't ever get your fingers trapped in this. I mean, it happened to me. I got my fingers trapped into it a couple of times when I was opening it up. Man, I just want to pee myself. This thing just grab onto you and just won't let go. It just holds on. Don't get your finger trapped in here. It will ruin your day. But otherwise, the Heavies are great. I really like them. So the Heavies are heavy. The mids and the upper, not to my taste. The noise canceling on the Heavies are very good. Very good. I could live with it. No issue, no problem. Sony is in a class by itself, but the Heavies are right on their tail, and I'm satisfied with that. So the Heavies, as I said, have a few issues for me, but I like to watch the reviews and hear what's new, and like I said, I'm looking for the best noise canceling headphone there is. But here comes the Nothing headphone. These are the Nothing. Right. The Nothing headphone is lighter, much lighter than the Heavies. It clunks a bit, but not only when you do this, but when you put it on your head, it's fine. And it sucks around your ears nicely. But over a long period, I'm talking like 5-6 hours, I had to be adjusting them because my ears kind of get a little bit hot on it. So I'm always adjusting, But the sound is awesome. I really love it. The bass, for me, it's good enough. It's good. The noise canceling, I say it's very, very, very good. My opinion. The mid-range and the highs, just like I love it. Just like I like it. But for a noise canceling headphone, my criteria are, it must be comfortable, the noise canceling must be excellent, and the thing must sound good, right? I know we're in a plane, so I'm not I'm not thinking about the type of listening I would be doing like I'm at home, because the airplane is inherently noisy, you know. So you have to give and take with the sound, you know, of the headphone, because you will not never hear it as it should be, like if you're in this environment, right? So must be good noise canceling, comfortable, and sound good. In my opinion, the heavies met those, right, challenges, but the comfort only lasts so long. You know, after 4 or 5 hours, I have to be fiddling about with it. I don't want to do that. You know, I like their little button on the side. You know, it's just a minimalistic type of headphone which does the job perfectly. I really like them. So that didn't the nothing headphone didn't stop me from searching for the best headphone. So I was in Sweden over the summer, and I stopped by a stereo store, and I was able to listen to the Bathys, the new Bathys MGs. I've been tracking the reviews, and you know, a lot of people give them, you know, great reviews. So I listened to the Bathys MG and also the Dali. Now the Dali is an awesome sounding headphone, but for me, they're a little bit heavy, you know. The Bathys, on the other hand, it covers all the bases that I were looking for. Everything: comfort, noise canceling, and sound. I must tell you also that I'm familiar with the Bathys, because I had purchased the original Bathys just about a year ago. I purchased it, but it sounded awesome. But in terms of noise canceling, you can't have a discussion about noise canceling and talk about the Bathys, the original Bathys. It just doesn't cut it for noise canceling. So I found a good home for the Bathys MG. No, for the Bathys, the original Bathys, and the Sony XM5 and XM6. Those have moved on to a good home. So last weekend I was in New York City, and I attended the New York audio show over in New Jersey. It was a good show, but I had expected to see lots of headphones and lots of records and lots of other stuff. I did a previous video talking about that. But anyway, there were only like about two vendors I saw with headphones, because I go there with high expectation to see like the Bathys and the new Sennheiser, what is it, 630 I heard about, and also the B&W PX8-S2, I think. So I couldn't see, those were not on the show. So after the show, I went in town into New York City, and I went to this store called Audio 46. It's on 46th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. And they had all the headphones, you know what I mean? They had the Bathys and all the rest. So I went there specifically to see the Bathys, listen to it again, and to see the Sennheiser 630 and the B&W PX8-S2. Anyway, one look at the Sennheiser, I said, no, it ain't gonna cut it. I look at the head cup, and I said, no, it's too small. You know, it's just too small. I tried it on, and yes, sure enough, it just rests on my ears. I couldn't deal with it. So that was out. It sounded great. By the way, it sounded good, but no, I had to put that aside. So I listened to the B&W, and man, Jesus, that headphone. I was listening to Michael Frank's Tiger in the Rain, and in listening to that, man, it just made me want to cry. In listening on the B&W, it just sounded so nice. The top end, the bass, everything was just radiant, just awesome. But it had some shortfallings which I didn't like. The head cups were a bit small, but for some, it's kind of unique because when I put on the headphone, my ears went into those small cups, and it seems like my ears just fell into a hole back there, and it just sits there. You know what I mean? It felt like it felt real comfortable, but in my mind, I say these head cups are small, and in time, I don't know. Do I want to risk it, and then having wearing it for a few hours, then it get all loose and get on top of my ears. I didn't want to do that, so I thought about that, and also what I didn't like too, the noise canceling. I start working the noise canceling button, but I couldn't tell the difference between noise canceling and non-noise canceling. I switch it, but it didn't switch. I didn't hear it. So I don't know if it's that headphone per se, or something. But I didn't like that. That kind of turned me off. But in terms of sound, and of course the fits nice. Sweet. So I pull out the Bathys, and I'm telling you, just like I heard in Sweden, this thing was so awesome. And what I do like is, you see, I use a dongle. I like to use a Squadilex dongle. And I like to use the dongle with the headphone. I tried it on the Bathys, and it's just perfect. I tried the internal DAC, where you put the USB-C to the phone and the USB-C into the headphone and just switch it to DAC. It sounded good, but I prefer this over that. Bluetooth, fine, great. So I walk away with the Bathys MG. And guess what? So I returned yesterday from New York. I got to the airport at 6 a.m. in the morning. 6 a.m. in the morning in New York is like 12 a.m. in Hawaii. So when I reached to the airport, I dropped my Bathys MG on. I didn't get home until 7:15 last night. So for what, six, I was 6 hours behind. So for 16, 17, so for 17, so for 16, so for like 18 hours, I was wearing these things. Straight. I changed plane a few times and waited, and some layovers. So total about 18, 19 hours total. And I never took these off. I never took them off. I never feel any discomfort. It just was so comfortable. The noise canceling is nowhere like the Sony's, right? So if I were to say between the Bathys, the heavies, and the nothing, To me, they are right there. These three are right there, especially this one, are right there in noise canceling. My experience, my opinion, right? Like I say, I can live with it, with the noise, but the comfort was most important to me because I'm always flying out, and anywhere from where I'm flying from is over 5 hours. It's always some long flights. So the Bathys MG, and it's comfortable. It sounds awesome, and it has all the function that I need. You know, I don't like too much touch. You know, I like the buttons. You know, and when I put it on the noise canceling, I just know when it switch. It has a little bit of boom, like a boom sound to it, like, you know, like a little bit compressed. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but after it gets into the mode, it just disappears. That feeling just disappears, and everything is all good. Yeah. So, but over the years, my backups, my backup headphones are, you know, like the Sony earbuds. This is for when I'm walking around town, you know, easy walk around. I use this, and I also have a IEM, which was just for testing out IEM. This is what Truth IEM. This one sounds good, but you know, I hardly ever use it because this is more convenient for me, and I don't use it on the airplane. This Etymotic has retired. I'll just keep this. You know, I just keep this as a trophy. I won't let this one go. But the other stuff, like the heavies and the nothing headphone, I'll keep them for now. But I'm sure I will be finding a new home for them at some point. But this, for the long term, until something else comes along better, I'm sticking to these Bathys MG. Now, interestingly, I will take another look at the B&W 8X or 8X2 or whatever it is. I will take another look at that because, man, oh man, that thing sounds so good. So I won't be surprised if I have that in my rotation at some point. But for now, it's the Bathys MG, the heavies, and the nothing headphones. Yeah. So and I always walk with my Quadrilex dongle dock. Yes. So give me some feedback. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Have you tried out all three of these headphones and all the other ones I've spoken about? The XM, the Sonys, the Bose. I remember there was another noise canceling headphone I had tried. It called Blue something. Blue. It just looked bulky and heavy and, you know, crazy. I haven't heard about them since I returned it. But good contenders are those Dali. You know, it sounds good, but a little bit too heavy for me. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, and give me some feedback. Tell me what you think. And even the telephone calls on this thing is awesome. I use it to make telephone call on the phone and on WhatsApp, and it sounds real good. So yeah. I must point out that another difference I found between the Bathys MG and the PX8 B&W is that the B&W is a bit louder than the Bathys MG. I think the B&W PX8 X2 is 40 ohms, I think, and the Bathys MG is 80 ohms. So that could cause the difference in loudness for between these two headphones. Yeah, so you might want to consider that when you look at these headphones. Okay, yeah. Until next time, I'll see you when I find my perfect headphone. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath because there's no such thing as a perfect headphone. Thank you for stopping by and give me some feedback. Thank you very much. Bye.